Hi everybody, this is Felicia the Wicked Bandit, and this is another eczema vlog. I have been vegan for about 2 weeks, and I kind of like veganism. I feel that it requires you to be a little bit more conscious of what you're eating and drinking. You definitely have to read every label and make sure everything is, organic, or for juices, my thing is it has to say 100% juice. Just things like that. I haven't really been drinking a lot of juice, mainly just water. And when you start to only drink water, that's really what you notice that your body is thirsty for. And I just think it's just really interesting the way that your body changes. Um, when I feel for meat, that is when it gets a little testy, because like I'll randomly have a craving for like a burger or steak or some chicken. I really wanted some fried chicken the other day, and it was so random. But you kind of learn how to work through that, and I think the key to a vegan diet is really knowing that there are a lot of options out there, and you just have to go and find them and get them. But I have tasted a lot of really great food. I've been to a lot of interesting restaurants so far, only because like my lifestyle is very busy. Most of the time I work like 6 days straight, 7 days straight, and so I don't necessarily feel like cooking. I just want to get something quickly, and that doesn't mean I run to McDonald's. It means that I am sticking to this vegan diet because I really truly think that it will work, and I want to just give it my all. One thing that I have noticed that I stopped looking so vigilantly for is the gluten, and I think that my eczema is tied to a possible gluten allergy. And so, and I just realized it as I was in a bakery, and none of those products were gluten free. And I was just like, damn, I really wanted a cupcake, but I don't want any more eczema rashes. So even though it's vegan, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gluten free. So that's one thing that I have to really keep at the top of my mind. Also, vegan, vegetarian can also have corn in it, and I have to really be vigilant about that. But most of the time, you can see corn, so it's easier to stay away from that. Other things, let me see. So I'll show you my skin. I don't think it's gotten any lighter to me. The texture is a lot smoother. You can't really tell texture from the video, but I account that with the massive amounts of water that I'm drinking, and also olive oil. I've been using extra virgin olive oil on my skin in the morning before I take a shower. I put a little bit of oil on there, and that was a tip that I got from another eczema blog. And it's so that when you wash yourself, you're not stripping your skin. You're still getting clean, like the oil does come off, but it's not taking out excess oil from your skin. And I've noticed a big difference. Like usually when I get out of the shower, even though I am using a sensitive skin soap that is unscented, my skin will still immediately feel tight and uncomfortable, and like it's about to just break and bleed. When I put the olive oil on first, that doesn't tend to happen. Also, I noticed that when I do put the olive oil on before my shea butter as my moisturizer, I retain moisture a lot longer during the day, and also my skin is smoother at night. And then vice versa, when I put the olive oil on at night and then the shea butter, when I wake up, my skin is still white, meaning it's still dry, but it's a lot less uncomfortable. And that's also another reason why when I wake up, I put the olive oil on, because when I wake up, my skin is completely dry and flaking, and it's not fun. And I did my own little experiment. Like I would just only put olive oil on, and I would need moisture during the middle of the day. or I would just put on shea butter and my skin wouldn't be as smooth when I got home at night. So, like most things, you just kind of have to experiment with. And I think that's it. A lot of people have reached out to me concerning my eczema, and I really want to say thank you. If you have any tips, tricks, recipes, definitely share that. I actually went out with a friend of mine, Jewel, shout out to her. She has a blog about her epilepsy and how changing her eating habits helps her not have as many seizures as she did before. And, you know, we were completely vibing about how what you put into your body really kind of changes the chemistry of it, and how eating really can heal you from the inside out. And then she also made like a statement that really stuck with me, and she was saying how I have to stop stressing so much, which is probably not going to happen. I have a very stressful job. I work in retail. I work with people all day, and that's just in itself a stress. And then you also have, you know, other little things. You live in New York City. You have bills. You're worried about money. You know, you have boy problems, or your boy problem is that you have no boys. So that's your problem. And it's just hard for me because I feel like I internalize my stress. And the way that I thought I was internalizing my stress is showing in my eczema. And I just really wanted to give a shout out to her because she really did open my eyes to another concept. Like, I knew that eczema was stress related, but like the way that she put it was so plain and clear. And then TMI alert, sorry. I had my period this week, and my skin was so smooth, it was going so well. And then as soon as I got it, like that morning, I was scratching. Like, I hadn't been scratching or digging in my skin in my sleep in a very long time. The morning that I got my period, I woke up and I was like literally tearing at my skin. The texture of it completely changed. The rashes started to, you know, be raised again. It wasn't as smooth as it was before. And I know that was just the stress of, you know, the hormones changing and all that other biological thing, all those other biological things that go on when you do have your period, when a woman has a period. It's not just, you know, the sanitary napkins. It's really hormonal changes that go on, and it's deep. And I never really noticed that before. But this whole experience has been very eye-opening, and I'm looking at my body a lot differently. You know, just having more pride in it, and really focusing on the soaps that I'm using, the detergents that I use, the lotions, the oils, the vitamins, all of that. So it is a very transformative process, and I really hope that at the end of it, all of my skin will be nice and clear and beautiful and chocolate. Anyway, thank you guys for taking this journey with me. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to put Jewel's blog down here. Once again, it's a vlog on her epilepsy and how her eating habits really changed the amount of seizures that she had. She's a really cool person. I'll also put Twitter information as well. And I will also be blogging about all the cool things that I've eaten, the places that I've been doing this eating, and, you know, just other insights that I have about my eczema and all that good stuff. Alright, thank you. Have a great morning, noon, night, evening, whatever. Bye.